Hang on the chapter. God, you so bad, nigga. Court will now reconvene. Our witness has Miss Olga Uli recovered.
She is regained consciousness.
Perhaps we can hear her version of the events again.
That's the thing. You see, she's quite fatigued.
You're looking at big fatigue yourself, Mr. Payne. Sadly, fatigue is insufficient grounds for refusing to testify or prosecute. The defense would like to request that Miss Orley take the stand. Very well, the witness will take the stand. Perhaps you could repeat your name after Hassan? Or perhaps you better admit that you're a poor liar and a poor loser. Not. Name's Olga Uli. That's the truth. I'm a pro dealer. Yeah, that she was like a shadow girl, like a shy girl and shit. Like, nah, that's how she really is. That's how she really is. Ain't no way. People call me Olga Quick Fingers. Uli. Oh, really? Want to know something? I'm not really Russian, and my last name sounds like Oh Willie. So it's Olga Oh Willie? What? There, that's the truth. I hope you're satisfied. Damn, she get taller? What the fuck? Witness, you would tell the court what you really were up to that night. Fine, I'll talk. We had a plan, see? Let me remind you that you are currently under oath. Any further fabrications will have serious consequences. Fine. Like I said, I'm a pro. That guy Smith hired me to do what I do best. I was planning at the Buska Pub Club. 7 days prior to the night of the game. As a racist. So you were in cahoots with the victim? Not that he needed my help. Smith is a well-known poker player in some circles, but winning wasn't the main purpose of this game. It was about destroying a legend, the unbeatable Mr. White. The plan was simple, elegant, really. You see, we set up a trap for Smith. I was to play the card in Mr. White's pocket beforehand, then deal 5 aces during one of the games. And when their hands were revealed, Smith would call them out with such right. I gotta experience this smiling, bro. Alright, go ahead, search my pockets. He would then pull out the playing card and the trap would be snapped shut. You swap cards? Expose us a cheater and lose it on top of it. It would have made a great double play. Just like that, the legend would have been dashed to pieces. Indeed, getting caught red-handed and cheating would cast doubt on all his power wins. A 7-year legend destroyed by one little card. That was the plan. Oh, really, Ollie? Oh, really? Oh, really? How droll. It appears you made quite the mistake. The mistake? I agree. The trap was elegant, yet what happened to that planted card? Hey, that's right. He's lucky, I give him that. You have to be to slip free from a trap laid by Olga the Quick Fingers Oily. Oh, really? The witness would be much cuter if she dispensed with the evil mastermind stick. Cute? Who wants to be cute? I'm not cute. I'm bad. You hear me? Bad. Because I'm bad. When you're through being bad, perhaps you could testify to the court. Tell us about this trap and how it was sprung. That night, I played the card like I was supposed to, and White lost the last hand just like he was supposed to. Then Smith shushed him, but the planet card was gone. The trap was failed. The next morning, White picked up a bottle and shrugged it. It wasn't me who hit Smith. It was that no good cheating defendant. A surprisingly faint testimony that still leaves us mostly in the dark. The trap was perfect, I tell you. Perfect. if that rotten cheater hadn't messed it up. Look who's talking.
Well, the testimony for what is worth is all yours, Mr. Justice.
Witnesses like her, who needs criminals? And with defendants like Mr. White, who needs prosecutors?
Hold it!
This planet car, which car wasn't exactly? The truck car, the five of hearts.
Let me guess. Mr. White was to have switched the 5 with the ace to make it a full house. At least that's what you were going to accuse him of doing. Thereby winning his legend.
I slid it into White's pocket. What was this? Right before the match, of course, while he was eating. The Buzzcott Bowl, we sell Buzzcott and suckers.
Remind me to never go there.
Of course, the card was to make its grand debut during the game. Like a good Buzzcott, a good plot must be cooked up early and allowed to thicken.
Hold it!
So everything went according to plan? Exactly. The 5th ace came up, so it's obvious the switch went off without a hitch. Once the extra card was found in his pocket, White would be forever known as a cheat and a fraud.
There are worse things to be known as, I suppose.
Tell us what happened with the search.
Hold it!
The card disappeared? Yeah, my trump card, the 5 of hearts. Gone without a trace. Poof, Zippo. He searched every nook and cranny, even inside his cute little hat. But the card was nowhere to be found. Is this correct?
How did he get his hair like all in that hat?
Never in my long stoic career, never as quick fingers Oli had been so readily duped.
Oh really, so what did happen to that 5 of hearts?
Don't look at me. Why don't you ask that cheating, lying, two-faced defendant? So the 5 of hearts is still missing in action.
Hold it!
Wait, isn't that a little odd? What's odd? You searched Mr. White thoroughly and found nothing. This means he didn't cheat, which means he had no reason to strike the victim. Well... The fuck? Who's that? Who's that dish now? I said something.
She still does the neck shit. She still puts her hand on her neck.
No, nothing, Your Honor.
To do.
Should I press her a little harder?
Hell yeah.
Miss Orley, you're hiding something. What are you talking about? You? Me? Quick fingers, Orley? I hide something?
Get a fist for business accusations.
I have one question for the witness then. You say you saw it the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? Of course it's true. I did see it, honest. I saw it when Mr. White hit him. You still point. You okay? With my own eyes, I see it. I saw it. What's this red vibrant? That witness, for instance, Miss Orley. She would touch the back of her neck during the certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice? Touching her neck, was it? What in the fuck is going on? Whoa, what's going on? This sensation is coming into focus. There, the trench is so clear. It's like I could perceive her habit, like I couldn't before. Perceive! Gotcha!
New mechanic, boys.
Miss Orley, perhaps you are unaware of this yourself. Unaware of what? Whenever you get to a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand. My neck? So what? Why, indeed, Justice. I hadn't noticed anything of the sort. When she says that part of the testimony, she subconsciously is recalling something. Her body reacts to the memory and she touches her neck. I'm sure of it.
Memory? Would you? Would someone else care to explain this is valuable?
This is hardly unusual, but let's ask the defense. Claim the witnesses remember this. Maybe you have evidence of this memory to show us?
I have this question on neck whenever she talks about the moment of the crime. So what would it matter of the moment of the crime? Miss Orley, whenever you recall the crime that night, you scratch your neck. I notice it happens when you think about the moment of the crime. There must be some reason behind this happening of yours. I believe the weapon that left an irreversible impression on your neck is this. Whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, he touches her neck, and what reminds us more of the moment than the spiral, the murder weapon. But something doesn't fit. If you were the only witness to the crime, why would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain?
What's he talking about now?
It was Mr. Smith, the victim who was hit, not you.
This is a cross-examination, not a cross-wire conjecture. The witness habits, they're completely irrelevant.
Justice, I'll admit, I'm a bit confused myself. This is certainly a unique cross-examination. I'll explain later, just trust me. Now's our only chance to break it. Miss Orley, please testify in detail about the moment of the crime. The very moment of the crime. Why she's back to that? How'd you put that? You put that on so fast. Hey, no, nothing. We know you're not Russian. See, get out there with you nervous? Yeah, I'll see it. So I saw just a part of her. The witness will testify, please now. Fine. He's the one who did it. I didn't let him out of my sight until the cops got there. Huh? Huh? Huh?
Hold
it! You seem uneasy. You try standing up here. My eyes are darting all over the place. I must be getting wrong. Tell me, after the crime, what was the defendant like? Well, he must have been stunned by the weight of his crimes. He sat in a daze at the table until the cops came. Intriguing. I believe you got all the testimony you're going to give as witness. So, what do you think about her testimony? I'll tell you what I think. Her testimony is flawed. It's basically bogus. It contradicts the evidence.
What's that?
Well, show us this evidence, Mr. Justice. This evidence that you claim contradicts the testimony.
Didn't let him out of her sight till the cops got there. I know there's some evidence that contradicts that.
Take that!
Miss Orley, we have a record here that clearly contradicts what you're saying. It states that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant. Eh? And we know that the defendant left the room, climbed the stairs, and made that phone call from the first floor of the Boscott Bowl Club. So, explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely. The man who picked up a bottle of sake that night wasn't the defendant. Tested. Dirty G. Check his pockets there. It's gone. It's gone. The color's gone. He leaves.
Ew.
Just then, Smith grabbed the bottle from next to Mr. White, and he hit me. So that's why you hold your back on that.
You, some mess at you turn out to be. Fuck, bitch. You hoe. God damn it.
When I came to,
The victim was already dead. Is that it?
that's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. If it came out that I was in league with Smith, I'd be a suspect for sure.
Well, where does that leave us?
Madness! This is madness! I'm dreaming!
Dog. This is Sparta!
It must have been me who was hit with a bottle, and I'm imagining all of this.
It appears our prosecutor is at his wit's end. And frankly, I can't blame him. Mr. Gap, what do you think about this turn of events?
Mr. Gavin, sir? I believe that as the defense in this case, we are compelled to call Miss Early a big fat lie.
What?
We were in that room the night of the murder. Bennett, victim, and her. She has a motive. Part further, the witness got into an argument with her client, Mr. Smith. And then what the fuck? Of that argument, it was funny. What? I didn't. I'm no killer. It's a trap. Someone's trying to fake me. Huh? What tingle bears we weave when we practice to deceive. No tingle, we catch ourselves in the process.
Mr. White?
That's a hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Christoph Gavin. Who you say? Why not consider the other possibility? There was another person in the room at the time of the murder. Right, and Mr. White was saying before recess, a single card was dropped into the victim's hand after the murder, and the one who swapped the card didn't know two cutters of the cards were being used. A fourth person.
Mysteria again! Your fourth person doesn't exist!
Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to the court. Here, where there's no escape, and no chance for deception, the perfect place to catch the real criminal.
The real criminal?
And they are not. Due to the real criminal's identity, it was kindly provided for us. And right at the beginning of the trial.
But what?
Oh, perhaps you know what I'm talking about? Sorry. Remember what I said. The fourth person who swapped the cards made one critical error. He or she was considering the color on the back of the cards. Right? But how could such an obvious mistake occur? The cards we used for the last game were weird, yet there is one person here in our court who thought the cards were blue. There is no way. There is no way.
There is no fucking way, bro. You know, I thought like maybe he'll be a bad guy at the end, but not at the beginning. There is no fucking way.
Yeah, I had that impression too, but why?
Well, Apollo, think you can figure out who he was?
It's not me, I swear!
Who is this fourth person?
Why do I always get put on the spot like this? Let's hear what the defense has to say. Who was it? Who thought the cards used in the final game were blue?
There is no fucking way.
What old is Phoenix? He 30. He way older than me, man. This nigga is 61, bro.
There is no fucking way. He's the only one who thought it was blue.
As suspected. Your eyes and ears are as sharp as your hair. I was right? Christoph Gavin. You were the fourth person that night. But of course Mr. Gavin knows the color of the cards. How would he know? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is black and white. You can't tell which of the cards are blue. The ones on the floor or on the table. But look! As you can see, the colors in this photo. Yes, but when he said the cards were blue, it was well before the evidence came to light. It's true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. That it was only that a game in the player's sense, a competition game.
A competition?
Yes, a test of wits, a solid class of passions. Only the cause that packs red, fat thing, blue flame. Yeah, he did say all that. You're like, what? Well, Christoph? Mr. Gavin?
Mr. Gavin, is something the matter?
No, nothing. Excuse me. It's just so simple. Mr. White, you aren't seriously accusing me, are you? Oh, Christoph? You know, even I never take a joke this way.
This is gone beyond ridiculous. Now, this is exactly. The defendant chooses his own defense attorney back.
That's right. I'm his defense attorney. I assure you, I'm quite sane.
But what possible connection could Mr. Gavin have to the victim?
I wasn't aware that I had a connection to Mr. Smith either.
Yes, but Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met.
Well, what if they have? There is a possibility after all. They may have met that night before the game started. What did you suggest? Is this the truth Mr. White was staying silent about? Oh, only one thing to do. Mr. White, the defense would like to request that you testify to the truth. The defense would like to request no such thing. Mr. Gavin? Testimonies must relate to the case. How could anything happen before the game of poker being played? Well, you're not getting out this one, nigga. Not sure I follow, Mr. Gavin. As I explained before, the defense believes that Miss Gordon.
Am I to assume you speak for Mr. Justice in this? He is the defense, not you. Mr. Justice, the matter of Mr. White's testimony is up to you.
Oh, okay.
Does the court, in your opinion, need to hear Mr. White's testimony?
Oh yeah, bro. This is Mr. White's strategy. He was playing this all along. I intend to see it through. The defense would like to request that Mr. White testify to the court. And too, Justice, you betrayed me, your teacher? Fuck you! I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin. This isn't about loyalty. This is about the truth.
Very well. The defendant, Mr. White, will take the stand, please.
That evening, Christoph and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. Charlie Smith walked in 5 minutes after Christoph left. When the trap failed, Smith hit the witness. The girl was knocked out cold, and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead, blood steaming from a cut on his forehead. That's when I made another phone call to the first attorney, Gavin.
Mr. Gavin, you were at the Buckshot Bowl Club the night of the murder?
I dined with him rather frequently.
And he talked to the defendant on the phone directly after the murder?
But against my will, I had come involved in the murder. I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I thought I would play this all along with you. It's because you wanted to drag me into your little murder trap. The only thing I want is the truth, as I did back then and now. I thought my office was doing you a favor when you took on your defense. It appears that I was wrong.
Very well. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Justice. Sir. He's lying, and you're going to expose him. Understood, sir. Mr. Gavin versus Mr. White. This can't be. How could I have a normal travel?
Can I have a normal trial?
Crazy already. Just crazy already. Shit getting crazy already. Boy, it's the first chapter, bro. This is supposed to be tutorial, bro. It's getting crazy. You had dinner with Mr. Gavin? Yes, he dines with me at the Buckshot Bowl quite frequently. We were enjoying our usual dinner at our usual spot, as usual. I always eat at the table closest to the piano.
I see, when Mr. Smith is sick.
So
the plates and such on the table were from your dinner?
Indeed, the reminiscence of my meal with Christoph. We
down for 2 hours and Kristoff left. After that, minutes. So the two of them could have passed in the restaurant during that time? It would have been a faithful accountant. Sure.
Oh, Mr. White. What was it you said? Kristoff, Gavin, and Shiny spent bigger bet?
I believe that they said that.
Here I was, all knows about this week. And not here, they just passed it off?
It does seem a little weak as pretense for murder. Oh, it would be if that really happened. Come on, Mr. White. What are you hiding this time?
Hold it!
If it came good, this huh? About this failed trap. This is the same trap that Miss Ogre Oya mentioned? The plan was simple, elegantly. Yeah, okay. Alright. Yep. 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 Yes, a harmless prank in essence. It was by a quirk of fate that I happened to discover.
A quirk? This is my hero? Academia?
I happened to put my hand in my pocket in front of the car. The car she packed. Yes, I snuck a peek at it and found it was the farmhouse. I had a feeling something might have happened, so I disposed of the car before the game. Dispose? Where? There was an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me. I threw the car inside the bottle.
An empty bottle of grape juice?
The murder weapon? Yes, I rolled it up and shoved it in there. The color glass makes it hard to see. The better of risk between the receiver and the would-be deceived. That sounds like a terrific drama. The card inside the murder weapon, that's strange. The police missing in their investigation? Maybe I'll take it home. Mr. White, the poker head of courtroom number 3 approves of this battle of wits. Please revise your testimony for this new information. Where is it? I don't see the car at all. Oh, wait, wait. I see no car. Now I see the car. I see the fucking car. I see no car. Huh. No car, man. Lying about it. Never seen my opponent's intimidating. I'm used to entrapment, you see. I knew where it was coming. Oh, so you struck first. I like that. I'm not really tricking the book. They know what I mean. At least when you get lucky and stick your hand in your pocket, you don't.
Hold it!
Make the call to the police from the first floor of the restaurant, correct? Exactly. Cell phones don't get signal down in the hideout. Was anyone else on the floor at the time? What is so? It was the middle of the night after all. So there, in the dark restaurant, I called the cops. After making the call, I returned the hideout. It didn't seem right to leave the injured weights late.
Hold it!
And when you returned, the victim was already dead, yes? I'll admit, I was a little startled when I walked in. Little. He was bleeding from his forehead after all. I guess I'll be started too if I want to seem like that. Could you explain why you called Mr. Gammon? Obviously got involved in a rather sticky affair. And I figured Christoph Law officers would give me a friend rate for my defense fees. Glad to hear you intend to pay. Well, I'll pay in full, Christoph. It was I who got you involved with y'all. You may find the price of your defense quite high, dear friend. Quite high. Is this the truth that Mr. White was talking about? Justice, you know what you have to do. It's fine. It's close. Yes, sir. But then, Mr. White trying to tell me his custody. I think it's got to be in a senator. Let's see. No card, is it? There it is. I see no card in here. I guess get it. I see no card. Where's the card at? I'm in a predicament. Okay. Mr. White, if I may? Yes. I haven't summoned the bottle and I don't see any card in here. No. What, Mr. White, surely isn't all you have to say for yourself. I can't say that I know what happened to the card. They put it in that bottle, however. Perhaps a fifth person came and took it out. Oh, and a sixth person could have helped. Mr. Gabbard, Mr. White, it's a crime. My apologies, young man.
I want them to disparage our investigation evil. We have to decide that, but there was no.
So what's going on? Is Mr. White completely with us again? The card just disappeared. Check that nigga bucket! In any case, please continue the cross-examination. I'm afraid the safe contradicts is called for the safe evidence. What's the part of justice? Break it. It's just you and a witness in the room. Go for the KO. Why did I get the feeling we're not on our kind side anymore? So... something to do it? No. No, it's not. Ha. Okay, Paolo. What? Ah! I just take a while.
Objection!
Yeah, okay, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Why so stuck on this? I think it's very obvious that I'm just not. This is beautiful. And there's pictures. Somebody must have taken the card out. Yes. I think it's just use fire the pictures. Stop. Oh, Mr. White, if I may. Yes. Take a look at this photograph of the constant. See the victim here? He's wearing a hat. Wouldn't think you could see blood on his forehead. Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh my god. Why? I forgot about that. Justice. Next time you put out an inconsistency, put a little more. Mr. White, could you explain this to the court? I forgot to mention something. I was the one who put the hat on his head. Yeah?
You?
You put the hat on the dead man's head? He wore it through our entire poker game. After calling police when I returned to the scene, his hair was in full view, shining bright just like in this photograph. And I picked his hat up off the floor and put it on his head.
Why would you do such a thing?
All I can say is, I'm sorry. But that's the only thing I touched at the crime scene. So, Miss Molly didn't see it? It being the victim's head? I think not. She was out cold. I believe I was the only one who witnessed his head. Here we go again. Mr. Gavin? But it just seems that our client is trying to lie his way through this case. Hey, he's still our client, isn't he? I believe that's enough of that. Mr. Gavin? This witness testimony is more like a travesty. It's riddled with lies. I'm beginning to see how you came to lose your attorney's badge 7 years ago. What happened 7 years ago? Why you lose his badge? Well, you certainly have a unique way of treating your clients, Christoph. I never knew. I believe it was you who threw the first stone. Mr. White, if you intend to ever tell the truth about this case, it's now or never. Don't be misled. I haven't told a single lie here. Eh? When I noticed the trap, I put the card in the bottle to dispose of it. And when I put the hat on the victim's head, let's just say I had a reason for doing that as well. Reason? That reason is right here. Your cell phone? That night, the card that I spoke with defense attorney Gavin after calling the police. Just in case I recorded our conversation. What's this? Now that we're all here, I see no reason why I shouldn't pay it back for the court. Man, Phoenix was just 5 steps ahead. First off, I seem to be in a bit of trouble. Is this game not going well? Something like that. That gentleman who challenged you, he turned out to be... The gentleman who challenged you, he turned out to be good. He turned out to be dead. Someone hit him hard. I mean, someone cracked that father's bone china plate. Hey, what? It wasn't you, was it? Me, please. The cops should be here any minute. Make your hands, should it come to that. On a china plate? The kind of person, very smooth and shiny, and not play. Hey, that day? I believe he was referring to a certain gentleman's bald forehead. The court appreciates the defendant's discretion in not indicating mafia here. Wait a second. Something's not right about that phone call. After Mr. Gavin ate dinner with you, he left the bus stop bull cop? But certainly. Then how did he know? When did he see this? What a chin of pattern. Oh, that's right. Yes. That was when I began to see my good friend in a different light. Troubled, I returned to the scene in the crowd. When I spotted Mrs. Smith's head again, that's exactly what was wrong. Mr. Gavin, the stage has been set. Perhaps you would like to explain this to the court? Exactly how did you come by your previous knowledge of the victim's head? So, this is your reason. The reason why you put the victim's hat there. Your point, Mr. Gavin, has come down in this house. Order! I will have order! Mr. Payne!
Yes, sir?
I believe this court has been left with no other choice. Are you prepared to hear defense attorney Gavin's testimony?
As prosecutor,
Very well. We'll break for 10 minutes, after which Mr. Gavin will take the stand for cross-examination. Are we clear on that? Mr. Clear, Your Honor. Very well. This will be the final recess for the day. My God, this trial is still going. This is great. We found what's up for a while, so... Mr. Gavin and Mr. Wright were both in the judge's chamber. I would have thought today would turn out like this. Oh. There she is. Huh? What? Hello. Peace, Picky Pie. What's all this? Is this one okay?
Excellent. I have a message for you. The last hand is about to be played. You'll need a trump card to make it. A trump card? The card you have chosen is magical. Use it wisely, and the game is yours. That is all. That's all. Ace, what do I remember that card for? Yep. I missed the fifth ace. Wait, splash of weird. Is this blood? You have your trump card. Now it's up to you to cut the deck and draw the truth. My father's fate is in your hands. I know you can do it.
Oh, thank you for believing in me.
This bloodstained card is my trump card for finding the truth. I fell deep into thought. It's my mind raced to understand what this all meant. That girl, I seen her recently. Man, that's when I made the connection.
Yep, it's his daughter. Court will now reconvene. Defense Attorney Christoph Gavin, would you please take the stand? Now then, if you would, Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Noel is still his name of occupation?
Is this force necessary?
Believe me, far stranger things have gone on in this court.
Fine, I'll pay you.
First, there's one thing we need to have made clear. How did you know about the secret beneath the victim's hat?
A secret especially is the fact that Mr. Smith is found. Forgive my curiosity, but what is it about this federal state, Your Honor? Seems to have an inordinate interest.
Objection!
Shut your bitch ass up! I wouldn't cut any ordinary, Mr. Gavin.
The music.
Mr. White! What do you think you're doing?
Things sure look different from the other side.
You know what I mean, Apollo?
Speaking of looking from the other side, let's consider something for a second. The victim wore that hat all night, never once taking it off, except for that one time.
One time being the instant he was hit.
Ooh.
When Mr. White returned from reporting the crime, the hat was lying on the floor. Mr. White picked it up and placed it on the victim's head. In other words, in order to have seen Mr. Smith's paw head, he would have had to been there in the hideout at the time of the crime. In other words, I must be the real killer, is what you're trying to say.
Not bad, Apollo. So weird. Mr. Gavin?
I'm afraid that I haven't been entirely honest with the court.
What?
Oh, I assure you, I had the noblest intentions. Did it all to protect my kind, Mr. White. Yet I'm afraid in the current situation, I see little reason to hide it. Very well, now I'm going to tell you the truth of what happened.
Finally, you may begin your testimony. Tell us, how were you involved in the events of this fateful night?
The range I sensed in that man that night troubled me, so I returned to the car. I went down to the basement and peeked in through the room window to the house. It must have been right after the murder. The victim was dead, as he appears with a bald head and unconscious scalp, and White holding a body in his hand. I sensed that was not the best place for me to be at the time, so I left. That's when the car came to White.
So, you witnessed the man?
For better or worse, I missed the actual moment of the game.
Mr. Gavin, may I remind you that you are Mr. White's defense team. Your testimony is clearly disadvantageous to your client.
What else can I say? Instead of the witness stand after all. So you are, Mr. Gavin. You had to testify as you just did. You had to tell him you saw the scene of the crime through that little window. Mr. White? You had to say that because that was the only probable window of opportunity, right, Apollo? Oh!
Mr. White, the defense said do the cross-examination, not the defendant. Mr. Justice, are you prepared?
Yes, Your Honor. I can't believe I'm going up against Mr. Gavin. This trial is getting weirder and weirder.
That's it. Yep, okay. Oh, wait. Victim was dead. Dead. That's hold it! Pressure on this stuff. That little window. You mean the one used to keep watch upstairs? Yes, the relic of the ancient past. The black marker is used to be. Why don't you go to the trouble of peeking in through the window? Wouldn't it have been easier to just open the door and go into the room? You didn't want to accept White. Accept Mr. White? Yes, what if my fears have been unfounded? I'd be walking in on that match bad form, silly news. So far, everything he's saying makes sense. Hold it! How did you know it was right after the murder? Really, there's no need to shout, Justice. I was just getting to that part of my testimony. There he is, the coolest defense in the West, we know and know. Even when you're standing on down the witness stand, some things never change. I was afraid you changed too, but you have. You and that overbearing personality. That's like these enemies. Hold it! By photo, you mean the second photograph of the crime scene. Precisely, you see, he wasn't wearing his hat. Saw you see it when he was dead. Then Mr. White came along and replaced his hat.
Can you describe the scene of the car for us?
Those were the only three at the scene of the crime? Yes, as far as I saw it, it is.
Where we started. The killer was the defendant, Felix White, who was credited. But why didn't you talk to the police?
2 reasons. First, I didn't actually witness the very moment of the crime. Second, my office was asked to defend me. After seeing what I had seen, I can't make it back in front.
Objection!
There must have been some reason out. There must have been someone else at this. There must have been someone else there at the moment of the crime. Justice, I just said I saw it. No, not so. But that goes against what Mr. White said. Ah, yes, mysterious person. Who would have conveniently be the real killers? Glad to see we agree, Mr. Gavin. Let me pose the question. Now, what possible reason did the real killer have to swap the victim's hand? Perhaps you can show us the reason why such a thing would be necessary? Yeah, show something that I can't find myself. Remember, Apollo, the card that was shot out was the 5th ace. The 5th ace, right? Oh, Mr. Justice, the question of why the killer was swapped out card has been raised. Can you put to a reason? General? It's now or never. The defense would like to present evidence to the court. Evidence showing the reason why a card was swapped out. You go ahead and put out your reason, Mr. Justice. Why did the killer take the 5th ace? It's red. It's red. And there's blood on the card. Take that. My reason is, this.
Is that an ace?
Right. Boy, it's got blood on it. Right next to the spade.
What?
This is insane. Why wasn't I told about this round?
Could this be? Could this be the missing 5th ace?
Inconceivable. How could you? What are you doing with that car? Well, that's the thing. Why's Mr. Gavin so upset? Because he did it, nigga. It's just a fishy car for some fishy code. Hell. Oh, that car is mine. Truth is, that is, I picked it up at the Bus Scout World Cup that night after the murder occurred. I gave it to my daughter, cause of her stock and trading.
Objection!
Yo, impossible, unacceptable. You can't accept this evidence. It's a fraud. A fraud? How can you be so sure? What? I would think the only person who would claim it was a fraud is the one who took the real car from the crime scene, the real killer. Allow me to elaborate. What if this trace of blood was the reason?
The reason for
the killer to take the car from the scene of the crime. Where are you going with this? Take another look at the photo and at the victim's head. At the moment of the crime, his hat fell to the floor, and a trickle of blood ran from his forehead down to the back of his head. Couldn't a drop of that blood have fallen on one of the cards? Suppose so. The killer then took the card to the Hyatt to hide the blood.
Objection!
Regardless, that evidence is non-permissible. Oh? Mr. Wright, regardless of how you wasted that last 7 years, you used to be a lawyer. You know what serious crime is to conceal evidence. Oh, we can discuss the final points of the legal system later. What's important now is that I've answered your question. What are you talking about? You want to know why the killer would have taken the car from the scene for the cops. And now I'm told. That one drop of blood would have been decisive evidence, you see.
Objection!
This is based on conjecture.
Objection!
Shut your ass up. Oh, I assure you, it's quite based. Like me. Wait, what? What? It's amazing, really, how a single drop of blood on a single card can lead us to the truth. It's quite simple. Well, Apollo? Yes? Try picturing the scene of the crime. In your head. Trippy. The murder took place in a hideout. The body of the luckiest victim was found at the poker table. And before the killer swapped a card out, there was a single card with a drop of blood on it with the victim's hand. Is that right? In the victim's hand. Given this, there is one decisive problem with the scene. Well, what is it? Let's keep it simple, shall we? Given that there was a drop of blood on a card, well, whose position in this diagram doesn't fit? The victims, the killers, the second witness? Whose position doesn't fit with the bloody card?
Take that!
The second witness position is the problem. The second witness? That would be Mr. Gavin, yes? The second witness position is far less problematic than yours, right now, Justice. Or perhaps perilous is a better word. I cannot see what the bloodstained car has to do with the second witness location. I'm afraid you're more of a...
Take that!
Wow, the victim was struck on the head, sending him back in his chair. You'd think any blood would have fallen behind the body, not onto the table in front of him. Oh yeah, that's right, yeah. Take a look at the photo again. If he bled in this position, the blood would fall onto the floor, not on the cars. Why, that's right, so what's that speed? Incidentally, when we were sitting in silver chairs, oh man. Hold on, try turning the chair around. The chair was facing the other way?
it would have to be. Chills first out the way. So we have to assume. So we have to assume that that at the time of the murder, the victim's chair was facing away from the table. When Mr. White returned from informing the police, which way was the chair facing? When I came back to the room, the body was facing as seen as the photo. That would mean the killer turned the chair back around. Let's take the next step. Look at the diagram once more. Now I know the victim was facing away from the table at the time of the murder. But this creates another significant contradiction.
Okay.
Let's test your reasoning skills again, shall we? Apollo, whose location on this diagram contradicts our new understanding of the crime? The victims, the killers, the witness, the second witness? Whose location contradicts the victim is facing away? The victim was shot from the front, correct? Indeed. Well, wouldn't it be hard for the killer to hit him from the front? Sitting where his indicator is currently is. I would think it would be quite hard, yes.
Yes, but what you're saying makes no sense. Why would the victim suddenly turn to face the wall in the middle of a game?
I believe there's sufficient reason to soon come to light.
What?
There's something in this diagram that makes far less sense, actually. Look again at the diagram. Apollo, if the victim was shot while he was sitting, as shown here, where would his assailant be standing? Try marking on the diagram. What? But there's no room to put a mark where the killer should be. Don't worry, let's think it through and see what we find. We know the victim was facing towards the wall at the time of the crime. That's the only thing we know for sure. Try to forget about everything else. Where would the killer have to be standing to strike a victim from the front? Sorry. Wait, what's up, White? Oh, wait, I was right? That was what? It's simple logic, really. If this was the only place the killer could have been standing, then that means that at this very moment of the crime... Wait, I know! At the moment of the crime, the cupboard wasn't there! What's this now? I mean, that's the only explanation, right, Mr. Gavin? Yeah, I was right, boys! I didn't think I was right! Your Honor, I have a suggestion for the defense. We should wait to examine the cupboard in the hideout immediately. Better, send a team to the crime scene immediately. I don't try to move the cupboard. Your Honor? What? There's one more thing your man should look for. Please get us to the bailiff. Yes, I see. You do belong in the courtroom after all, Mr. White. I do my best. Still got that dog in me. But I suppose you hear while we wait. Look at the diagram once again. It has been changed. If the killer was standing here at the time of the crime, then this cupboard wasn't here. This means... Apollo, try moving the cupboard. The window was blocked? Thank you. So he couldn't have seen anything because the window was blocked? As you can see, the cupboard was the bottom. At the time of the murder, it has had to have been as shown here. Oh. Yeah. Now everything is in place to reconstruct the moment of the crime. Oh my. What's this? What is in there? Look at the diagram of the crime scene once more. It appears we found yet another contradiction. But I believe it to be the final contradiction in fact. Huh? Oh dang! Notice something, Apollo? Oh, now that deduction is rapidly approaching its logical conclusion. No then, Mr. Justice, please point to the new contradicting indicator. Is it the victim, the killer, the witness, the second witness? What's indicated in this diagram contradicts what we know about the crime.
Take that!
About this cupboard. Are we all okay with assuming it was moved? Sure, why not? Well, if it was, something really doesn't fit. The cupboard would completely cover up the window to the stairs. Ugh. That's right. Someone standing outside the window wouldn't be able to see in. Someone like Mr. Gavin. What? What did you say? Oh, it's the coolest defense in the West losing his cool. You don't expect me to play along with your little game, right? It's only a game till someone gets killed, Mr. Gavin. And someone was, while the window to that room was blocked by a cupboard. So, Mr. Gavin, perhaps you'd like to explain to the court exactly where did you witness the crime scene from?
Excuse me, your order! Order! This is a court of law and I will have order. We just want to see you. Wait for my investigative team and the boxcar boat car. They've examined the cupboard in the hideout, Your Honor.
Oh, and what did they find?
Well, Your Honor, it turns out there was a secret passage behind it.
What? Ah yes, I believe I mentioned something of this sort before. This is one of the tricks to the room many of our regulars know about. I do remember him saying something about that now that he mentions it. A secret passage is hardly a handy thing to have when you're engaged in a legal going. Never know when you might need to duck away from the eyes of the law. So if the room has a secret passage, where does it go? The other side connects to the rest of the world above. The underworld bosses could get away from the cops. You're a cold-blooded buster, just like our killer. You see why our line of simple deductive reasoning has led us, Apollo? I see it, but I don't believe it. That girl was a kitten when she said I needed this trump card for the last hand. At the time of the murder, the window was blocked and the victim's hat was only off his head for a few minutes between Mr. Smith's murder. And Mr. White returned from calling the cops. In other words, the only place anyone could have seen the victim's claw head was from inside the hideout. Well, Mr. Gavin? Come on, say something.
Dare I ask what really happened that night?
Actually, I think we could probably figure it out ourselves at this point. That night, for whatever reason, our killer had a date with Mr. Smith, a date with Destiny. There, he crouched hidden in the secret passageway behind the cupboard, holding his breath, waiting for the right moment. Then the chance came, and he took it.
What?
Why'd you do that? Wait here, I'll get help. Miss Olga Uli was out cold, struck by Mr. Smith. By his time was soon to come, Mr. White went upstairs to call the police. He and Mr. Shoddy Smith were alone in the hideout with the unconscious Steelers.
He's like, man, how the fuck did I do that? Shit!
Then our killer stepped out from the secret passage and into the hideout, and he was like, yo,
What the fuck?
Then the victim must have heard the cupboard slide on the side and reared his chin to look around and bam! After the deed was done, the criminal must have seen the blood in the card. He would have, of course, realized they need to destroy the evidence. That single spot of blood told the whole story of the crime. Too bad for him, he didn't linger any longer in the hideout that night. If he had, he might have noticed the cards on the floor. And the fact that they were all weird.
Well, to serious this trial is taking yet another turn. I'm truly, truly sorry I had to see this day come, Mr. Gavin.
Mr. Gavin.
Mr. Payne!
Yeah? Yes, Your Honor?
The
prosecution will continue its investigation. Until Mr. Phoenix Wright, the defendant is hereby cleared of all suspicion.
Yeah.
Believe me when I say that I don't believe this is happening, Mr. Gavin. But I'm afraid circumstances call for me to issue a warrant for your arrest. Oh, no need to apologize. I want to enjoy myself. It's not every day you get to finish a legendary attorney's dirty tactics of the first hand. Your point, Mr. Gavin? Frankly, Your Honor, I'm shocked that a person of your caliber would be taken in by such a low-grade politics. Excuse me? The defendant is cleared of all suspicion. It's hardly the time for joking. Mr. Wright hasn't proven anyone's guilt or innocence here. What he has done is use illegal evidence to put the blame on someone else, not just anyone else, but his own defense attorney. Illegal evidence? Let me ask you, Mr. Gavin, is there still any reason at pressure to suspect me of wrongdoings? Of course, this bottle, for instance. The bottle of grape juice Mr. Wright was drinking? How do you intend to explain away the fingerprints on the murder weapon? Not just any fingerprints, am I right, Mr. Payne?
Actually, yes, the fingerprints on the bottle were upside down.
See the caught as being an issue earlier. Fuck. The court in this case demanded explanation. I think of only one reason why you would hold a bottle upside down, unless you hit someone with the bottom of the bottle, oh, Your Honor. I see how the codfish swims to the last. Wow, Apollo. Yes? Your boss seems awfully concerned about the spiders there. But I'm sure you can come up with a suitable explanation, just like that. Yeah, it's just like what? How would anyone grab a bottle upside down other than to... Don't know how to trick you into thinking his explanations not only legitimate. Is there really another? Take another look at the court. I believe you'll find a simple answer there, in plain sight. How about you just say that answer in plain words? It would be hasty to deliver a verdict with unanswered questions indeed. Well, Mr. Justice, Mr. Gavin said that the court in this case demanded an explanation. Don't worry, justice won't leave until justice is done. Perhaps the defense will kill the light in the court. What evidence do you have to explain why the fingerprints on the bottom were upside down? Fuck. Put it upside down, man.
Take that!
It's actually easier to show you than explain, Your Honor. Place that bottle on the floor next to your chair. Excuse me? On the floor? Yes. Now reach down and pick it up. Now getting out of your chair. Yep. And your fingerprints will be upside down. Bitch! See? You're naturally going to pick up the bottle by its neck. With your fingers upside down. Look at this photograph taken on the night of the murder. The defendant Mr. White sat here, playing piano, bottles of grape juice, on the floor to the side of the side of his piano bench. He would have naturally picked up the bottles upside down several times. Whoa, I can't believe it was that simple. We called out dinner that evening, Christoph. I was drinking my usual juice there too. Basically, you used the bottle on the table to do the deed, but then you must have remembered. So you went and picked out one of the bottles from under the piano, and you switched the bottles. You took one of Mr. White's bottles and made it look like the murder weapon. Yeah, that's why the car's not inside there. Get the search the bottles. Search the bottles. Order. 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 What do you have to say to these charges, Mr. Gavin?
Fascinating. So this is the legendary Attorney's main tactic of Mr. Weston.
What?
You claim that I switched the bottle? Where is your proof?
Proof? Well,
As I thought, no basis conjecture. I'm afraid your bottle of proof is crazy.
Objection!
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Your Honor, you initiated the investigation of the hideout earlier. Do you recall requesting an additional investigation?
Yes, I have your memo about that here. Retrieve the bottles from under the piano at the bus stop boat club. And here's one of the bottles in question.
When are you going to dust that for fingerprints too? I wouldn't be surprised. I would be surprised if any were on that by his. Mr. Gavin probably wouldn't make such an obvious mistake too. That bottle won't bear a trace of anything.
Say, Apollo.
Yes?
Why don't you go ahead and examine that bottle?
But why?
Just here with me. Mr. White. That bottle will solve this case once and for all.
What?
That's somebody. Oh, look at that! The card! There's something inside the bottle.
What's this?
That card! It can't be! The card that unpleasant woman's testimony for
Miss Ogle?
Yes, all of the sitting in that convention? What the fuck? Yeah, yep.
But wait, this isn't... You're telling me that this is the planet card you dispose of? The one you mentioned in this piece of testimony?
Yep. Yep. The Five of Hearts. This is the card. The bottles were swapped, and the only one who could have done that was the fourth person in the club that night. You, Mr. Christoph Gavin. Got the breakdown. My guy, he's about to go Super Saiyan. Yo, he's a psychic. He really was charging up. He was almost about to go Super Saiyan. He's charging his key over there. It's crazy. That is all. Get fucked, kid.
Is this your idea of revenge, Phoenix Wright?
Revenge?
Revenge for the events that took away your attorney's badge 7 years ago.
My past is like my logic. Straight and true. Nothing's changed. All I did was point the finger of justice in the proper direction.
Fine.
Glad we can have this little tete-a-tete. Right?
This is insane! What about me? Don't I get the prosecuting?
No, fuck you. You lose. Like always, nigga. I believe this time we finally come to the end of our trial. Mr. Payne, do you have a report for us on Christoph Gavin?
He submitted everything. The prosecution said his arrest. Now.
I see. Still, one has to wonder why he would do such a thing. He didn't even have a connection to the victim, did he?
I never know of.
Mr. White, have you have anything to add? I'm afraid I can't shed any more light on the matter. About this victim, Mr. Shoddy Smith. His occupation was listed as traveler. Our profession, to be sure, and that's all we know about him.
It's a follow-up investigation, Your Honor.
Good. Mr. White? Yes? 7 years and you still haven't lost your touch. Christoph Gavin is a man with much significance for me. both as a friend and a lawyer. He was extremely talented, to be sure. Needed two things before I could fight him. The first was a place where no justice would be tolerated, discreetly. Second was a man who would tolerate no injustice. In other words, the first attorney, you, Paolo. Me? This is a dark time for our legal system. A twisting of justice brought on by our very own initial trial system. We have to set it right. Mr. White. Our work lies ahead of us, and I, for one, am looking forward to it. Well, this seems like a good time to announce a verdict. This court finds the defendant, Mr. White, not guilty, baby. Clap it out for me. Clap it out. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Court is adjourned. Thanks, Apollo. You came too, just like I thought you would. I'm pretty sure I didn't do a thing in there. It was you who cornered Mr. Gaff, the killer. Better have done it by myself. You said so too today, didn't you? Your ability? Ability? Yes, a sensitivity I lack. You'll come to understand it soon enough. Wait, I wonder if he means... Yeah. This moment. What's that, Mr. White? You have to find the answer to that question yourself. The answer? Wait. The day was full of questions without answers. Most of them were about Mr. Gavin. What possible reason could you have had to make the murder? Perhaps you'll learn that in the days to come. Huh? Wait, you don't know, do you? This locker is the key. Huh? Oh, that reminds me. I'm at that ghost pictures in the locker. Your daughter, right? That's right, she's my daughter. You know, you were right about this locket. Eh? I took this off his neck the night he died. But it looks like our dear was a scam out of shop. So the truth is, this locket really did belong to him. Wait, but that's perjury. You testified. You said that locket was yours. I said no such thing, actually. Huh? I merely said that it was the locket with my daughter's picture in it. Subtle distinction. But a distinction as all, nonetheless, and it's the truth. Wait, but then why? I was the victim wearing a locket with a picture of your daughter inside. Sometimes the straightest path to the truth isn't the best one. Give it a time. You're still just getting started with your career. Speaking of which, I may be out of a job. I work for Gavin Liquor Law Offices after all. I still can't believe I just saw Mr. Gavin get led away in handcuffs. Bottom. How about coming to work for me? Yeah? You mean at the White and Cold Law Offices? I mean, there's not a single attorney in my generation that doesn't know it. Can't imagine that to be true, but... Wait, didn't you... You're not a... Oh, I turned in my badge, yes. I'm not an attorney anymore. That incident 7 years ago. The legendary trial. At the middle of it all was one man, Phoenix Wright. What happened 7 years ago? The case reached a sad conclusion and he left wrong for good. Have you ever thought about coming back to the courts? I'm not qualified to stand in a court of law, I'm afraid. Did you notice in the day's trial? There was a single piece of forged evidence. Forged evidence? What are you talking about? I'm talking about the evidence that shouldn't have existed. I'm not even just a trick. One piece of evidence struck me as odd, it's true. It just seemed, well, too perfect. I bet this was the forged evidence. What was the forged evidence? I mean, I didn't fit in there. It's just that is kind of too perfect.
Take that!
You mean this? Don't you? I got this from your daughter, Mr. White. Yes, that card couldn't have been found at the crime scene. Why? Because the killer took it with him when he left. Even the one card in this place, luckily for us. Yeah, right, he took it with him, man. So how the fuck did he get over that card? It was good math. My verdict was already handed down 7 years ago. And you really? Yes, I forged this card. Wow. Felix forging evidence is crazy. Whoa! Thought it was for a good cause. One look at the crime scene should have told you it was a real. But you can't do that. Something like that. You call yourself an attorney. Just calling themselves an attorney. Hello? So it's true. The rumor is true. 7 years ago. None of that matters much now, does it? It's your story from here on out, Apollo. Perhaps I can help you turn the next page. My office address. Drop in, if you like. That's the right. Oh, about your uppercut? Try to take that next time. I thought it packs a little more punch. I ain't the first time I figured this much. He took that like a champ, by the way. Like, he took that like a champ. That punch didn't look like it did anything to him. And Apollo, thanks for the day. I had a good time. Man, Phineas is just different. He built different in this game. And with that, Mr. White walked out the door. And that's how my first trial ended. Mysteries went unsolved. And at the time, I had no idea they were all related. Every mystery that day connected by a single thread of logic. I found that out soon enough. My name is Apollo Justice, attorney at law, and this is how my story begins. Woo! Oh, that's fucking trial, bro. First trial that long is crazy. Oof. Okay. Wow. With that, I guess we're dead this right here. I'll enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.